Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Lecture Notes. So today I'll be explaining a poem Neutral Tones which is written by Thomas Hardy. So first of all I would like to talk about the author. He is a Victorian realist who is highly influenced by romantics. He has written numerous novels, poems, short stories, and one of his famous poem is the neutral tones. Secondly, neutral tones was written in 1867 but was not published until 1898, which shows his constant want to look in the past. Therefore, he is publishing his 30 years old poem which he had written 30 years ago. So he constantly dwell upon his past, constantly look upon his memories. Secondly, I would like to talk about the context of this poem. So, this poem is written in the form of dramatic monologue. So, what is a dramatic monologue? Mono means a single person. So, here the single person is speaking, which is Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy is the one who is speaking in this poem, and in this poem, he is addressing to his ex lover. So, neutral tones is therefore a sorrowful poem that does not seek to idealize love. Rather, it is a emotional trauma which is faced by Thomas Hardy. Throughout the poem, the poet is pessimistic and melancholic towards love. So, it is a sorrowful and pessimistic poem which he doesn't, though it is a part of a romantic poetry, but here he has not highlighted the love or how much power is in the love. Here he has highlighted that how love can be so much heartbreaking thing or so much hurtful thing, and how memory plays a vital role in that hurt. So moving on to the lines, I'll be explaining the poem. Line 1 to 4. We stood by a pond that winter day, and the sun was white as though chidden of God. So, we here is a personal pronoun highlighting that he was standing, it is a memory that they were standing near to the pond, highlighting that how his past, he is memorizing or mesmerizing his past. That winter day, her winter day symbolizes how love is no longer warm and affectionate, and the sun was white. So here, sun is never white. Sun is basically symbolizes the warmth. Here, basically, the sun is also deprived of its privileges. This shows the loss and decay doesn't stop with the lover themselves. Rather, the entire world seems to be altered by the death of their relationship. The sun, which is usually a symbol of love and happiness, is whitened as though it has been scolded by God. The poem thus highlights the way in which loss of love can completely alter an individual's perception of the world. Once happy things becomes representation of their own loss. So here he is trying to portray that sun is also white, that almost all the colors of the earth, of the world, he has lost all the colors because he has lost the love. Chidden means scolded by God. And a few leaves lay on the starving sod. They had fallen from an ash and were grey. So usually the leaves are in green in color, but the leaves are also devoid of their original color and they have grey, which shows the death of the leaves as well as the death of their relationship. So the poem is neutral tones, and clearly from the first paragraph also the poet has highlighted that all the things in the world, all the things on earth are devoid of their original color, devoid of their liveliness, because he has lost the love of his life. So grayish leaves shows no longer vibrant, like his life has now turned out to be lifeless without his lover. Moving on to the next line. Your eyes on me were as eyes that rove. Rove means constantly moving from one place to another, which shows that the ex lover was unable to look at the poet as if she was guilty of something. Over tedious riddles of years ago, and some words played between us to and fro, on which lost the more by our love. So here tedious riddles means that years ago we fought on a silly things and it left unsolved, and this is the reason that our relationship came to an end over a silly fight, over a silly problem. And some words played between us to and fro, which shows so whatever they try to talk, they are more entangled in fights, and their conversation is moving in a circular motion without any solution. So he says that whenever we talk, we try to solve things, we end up doing more fights because both of them are stuck in their past, their fights, their problem only, and they are not able to move towards a solution. So he says that on which lost the more by love, on which here refers to the long lost fights that he had with his lover. Moving on to the next lines. The smile on your mouth was the deadest thing. This line is an oxymoron because the smile has turned into the deadest thing. And here your shows the personal touch as if he's accusing the lover that he has lost everything because of the lost love. And secondly, the ex-lover was only faking a smile. So the deadliest thing, the smile has been refers to the dead thing, that how the ex-lover was only faking a smile but was not happy to see him. Ultimately, the speaker thus suggests that love is always deceptive, that people only pretend to be something but they don't show the reality because it pretends to be positive while hiding the fact that it can alter reality in negative ways. So whatever was good, sorry, it is written god but it is good. So whatever was good in this relationship has turned into sore, alive enough to have strength to die, and a grin of bitterness swept thereby, like an ominous bird a wing. So he says, alive enough to have strength to die, that the love has hurted him so much that he neither feels alive nor he feels dead. He feels nothing after getting so much hurt. After a grin of bitterness swept thereby. So clearly, uh, the lover is faking smile. There is a faking grin. So clearly, the ex-lover is emotionless or has no affection towards the lover, towards the poet, and like an ominous bird. So bird is usually associated with freedom, but here the lover is trying to escape. So bird here is symbolized the caged bird who wants to move on, who wants to fly, who wants to gain freedom. And while the poet is stuck back in that particular cage only, and the lover, the ex-lover, has moved on and had escaped the relationship. Since then, keen lessons that love deceives and rings with wrong have shaped to me your face and the god cursed sun and a tree and a pond edged with grayish leaves. So, since here shows the time has moved on, but the memory is something which is stuck with him. Ring with wrong is an alliteration that how breaking someone's heart and hurting someone will always will be wrong. And this ring can be seen as the rings that one wears on the finger, which shows that uh, their relationship or their so-called marriage was always a wrong thing or a wrong thing that happened to him. So the speaker remembers the last two lines are kind of repeated, which shows that the speaker remembers the whiteness of the sun, the dryness of the earth, the particular arc of the lover's smile. All of these contribute to a stark and vivid picture that makes the memory seem as real in poems present as it was the time when the event occurred. So these vibrant, if and sorrowful descriptions demonstrate how the past remains alive in the mind of the poet, even though its presence is a negative force in the speaker's mind. So his memory is so much alive. He's trying to say that with years he has not forgotten all those things. Those memory will always be alive in his mind. So it is kind of a devastating memory that the poet will always hold a place in speaker's mind and life. So in every paragraph, you can notice that the three lines are in the continuous form and the last line is cut off, whether it is in this line or in the next line. In every line, the last line, in every paragraph, sorry, the last line has been cut off, which shows that the poem or the paragraph is complete, yet it is incomplete, like his relationship, or like he is the one who is only giving everything in the mm, relationship. And the fourth line shows the compulsion or out of guilt doing a thing which the ex-lover was doing. So moving on to the title, which is the neutral tones. So the poem is the bitter rather than neutral. So the title is ironic because the poet doesn't feel neutral towards his breaking of the relationship. He doesn't feel okay or fine after the breakup. He is enough hurt, he's pessimistic and sorrowful. So the poet has not moved on and still in the whirlwind of love. Secondly, neutral tones also symbolize the lack of color and love in his life. So throughout the poem, he has shown that how sun is devoid of his color, the leaves are devoid of his color. So how his own life has moved towards neutral tones, that now he can only see black and white only, because his life is devoid of love and colors. So thank you for watching this video, and if you want us to make a video on any particular novel, poem or any topic, do comment in the comment box and do like and subscribe. Thank you.